Hello, this is Dr. Wendy Rowley of the Wonder of Human Design YouTube channel for the playlist series, How to Create, I just can't believe I keep not getting that. Excuse me, How to Assist in the Creation of Peace on Earth. Such a simple statement. Okay, that's just because I'm jumping in and out of a few conscious levels doing the work and bringing in the channeling. Thank you for your understanding. Okay, I'm going to get out of the way. Let's see what happens in this episode. I think we're in the sixth one, maybe the seventh, maybe not. Okay, here we go. Oh, good day to you, dearest beings of light. I am Alienia of Cosmic Service, a Palladian Mother of Sound. Peace be with you, peace be with you, and peace be with you. That was a lovely activation you all did, and in this one, we're going to do another activation. And that's the third one. Then we're going to give a series of information, and then in the very last one, we will do an alignment. An alignment is like taking your fibers and re-straightening them and aligning them to the new connection of your spiritual anatomy. And your soul is doing this. Sorry, a little tickle here. Your soul is doing this, and we don't do it. It's your soul alignment that does it, and it's your intention. We do the activation, but we don't do the alignment. And this one never knew that before. Okay, so in this one, we would like to bring in some information about the understanding that creation and evolution are the same thing. What a concept. Creation and evolution are the same thing. When you create, you are working with forces in your higher chakras. Now, we first need to define creation. You could be sewing, you could be mending, you could be planting a garden, you could be drawing a picture. That's not the level of creating we're talking about. We're talking about the level of creation in which you are working in your higher chakras in alignment with the creative force. And that level of creation happens when you pray, when you heal, and when you ask for evolution. And there's a lot of that at the Great Shift. So in this paradigm, you have the ability to create and evolve at the same time. Because we said originally that all evolution is possible because of healing, and all healing is possible because of evolution. But we'd like to take it to a higher level and say all creating is possible because of evolution, and all evolution is possible because of creating. And we're going to start to talk about your creational energy field, that pineal communication, also part of the pineal creation system. For that is higher creating level of your soul level. And that ability within that creational system has different aspects in it of the creative source. It has aspects of your ability to align to the Creator. It has aspects in that ability to create with the Creator, and it has aspects in that ability to heal with the Creator. Now, the everyday healing that goes on in your body at night is part of a bodily system, and your body innate does that. But your body innate in the higher chakras is also part of a creational system. And if you don't know what we're talking about, let's take an aside. Your soul comes in, and we described birth earlier in this series, but your soul comes in, and eventually it divides. And this is in, I believe, the first series of this two-part series, the one about aligning to Christ and the new Christ Death Bardo. And it divides into your I consciousness, your body innate, and your Akashic innate. And we're just saying what side of the body you feel them more on. And it's, of course, this one is opposite on the screen, but Akash is on your left, and I'm sorry, your body innate feels more like it's on the left side, and your Akashic innate can feel like it's more on the right side, because that's where your soul comes into them in those creative rings that we talked about earlier. So the alignment of your Akashic innate and your body innate also has connections up at the higher creational level in the pineal communication and pineal creation system, as well as does your consciousness. So as some spiritual teachers say, you are basically a consciousness in a body. You have a spirit body that overlays the physical body. But you are more than that. You're so much more than that. So this creational ability through this higher creational system of your chakras, 5, 6, and 7 above the heart, has aspects in it that can bring in higher levels of creating through the body and higher levels of creating through the Akash and higher levels of creating through consciousness. And in order to do that, it aligns with divine intelligence, with evolution of the Creator. So you have various levels of creating and evolution within your spiritual anatomy. And it relates to those 3 consciousnesses that you first plug into the system with. The Gaia innate has an aspect to your body innate. Your Akashic innate has an aspect to the Christ consciousness innate. And your divine intelligence innate, that pineal system of intuition with those angel chakras, and some people call it the dream catcher. It's got many names. It's in some people's healing systems. You can just think of it as spiritual intuition, your high intuition, your high knowing, above the intuition of the body of don't do that, you'll be eaten by a tiger if you go into that cage. It's a higher one. It's the one that says, I should do that. That would be good for me. I feel a need or a desire to search for God within. I feel a need or a desire to get with groups of people who are doing that. I feel a need or desire to work with a healing group, go to a healing school, find out more about my spiritual nature, find out how can I get out of this pain, find out how can I find my way to greater peace and joy in my life. So that is the higher correspondence of that. And within those aspects, you now know your body is connected, your Akashic records are connected, your information of your higher self, and your connection through your heart to divine intelligence is also connected. And we've sort of been preaching the idea that creating and evolution go together. So now let us describe why that is. In the design of the Creator and its benevolence, there is within it a plan of creation and a plan of evolution. We've sort of tickled that idea to you, as some people call it, the divine blueprint. And we've said you're getting a new one because you're at the great shift and you're going forward and you said, let's do it. And the divine blueprint has aspects of creation and evolution in it. And it's like an overarching plan for a planetary system. How you create, the details that you create, what inventions you choose to create with, what solutions you bring, all depend on your collective consciousness and what is released from those time capsules and other levels of information that we have spoken about in the previous videos of this series. But it is also the divine intelligence of the Creator in alignment with those archangels of the national level who also have some say in it, believe it or not, because they are creational beings of evolution. They are creational beings of evolution. So they also have a flavor in your planet. And they come, like you do, as a soul group and plug into the planet. So do the angels and archangels and us and other helper beings that are here. We are also plugged into the planet as part of a system, but we plug into the creational levels. So the creating and the evolution are also a multi-group experience. So, we're just giving this one a second to contemplate that. And you, and the audience. Okay, she's done. So, that obviously means that those higher beings of angels, archangels, and arachai, and us are also tied into a higher level of creational energy of the divine intelligence, the Christ healing, evolution, overarching consciousness, and the Gaia consciousness. And we are. And so between us, you, and the overarching divine intelligence of the planetary system, we all co-create together. And so what's our part? Our part is building the grids and healing. What is the arachai part out in the greater field of creation? Their part is changing the consciousness of groups and healing. What is the Creator's divine intelligence part? Activating the divine blueprint for when it's time to do things. So, your evolution and your creating at the higher level is highly tied in to other creational beings and the divine intelligence of the planet. So this means that in the higher chakras, there is no way you can create out of alignment in the system. And we thought it would be a good thing to say this because of what other people have been going through on the internet recently and what this one went through recently and what is going on with AI and all the fear coming up. AI will never be able to go forward beyond a certain level unless the arachai and the divine intelligence of the creative force, which got an upgrade, and the new divine blueprint, which will be an upgrade, despite all those sci-fi movies of how it could go horribly wrong, it can never actually go beyond a certain point based on the checks and balances system of your planet. And we wanted to point that out so that there would stop be some collective consciousness bashing of the tech people, the internet, the security people, and the general feeling of distrust and paranoia that's kind of going around the globe at this time, based on wars, deceptions, lies, acting out of integrity, pushing borders, and all the things that you're going through. And the idea that you're being watched and marketed to and sold to in a paradigm where you're seeing your voice being taken away on the internet. Because you kind of feel like, oh my gosh. And so a lot of this is translating into a lot of people's consciousness right now. Gotta admit, all those pictures being projected out in the noosphere, as we said, in media and movies, does have an effect on the collective consciousness. So maybe somebody needs to start making more beautiful and benevolent pictures of a better world that doesn't fail. And that's what we have to say to you creative people in the movie industry. Maybe you ought to start making pictures where it works out, because you would do a service to the greater good in doing that. And it's going to be very difficult for you to transition over. And that's what we have to say about that. All right. A variety of people that find their way to these videos, believe it or not. So we just wanted that to be known today. And also for those who have these activations to realize that there's checks and balances. There isn't some rogue alien being speaking through this one who is trying to create a new pathway to a new planet to enslave humans on it, which some people think. And this one is, well, she's done a lot to make sure that she is in the right camp and doing the best she could, because she never wanted to channel and she never wanted to go out on the web and channel, and she never wanted to stand up in front of a crowd and do strange woo-woo stuff. But she knew there was something coming, and here we are. Okay, so that sounds like a lecture, but it was meant to be inspirational information for you all. Just have some patience with your internet and your systems and those that want to sort of create chaos. Because eventually you all will get it figured out. That's just as bumpy as your great shift. And it's not the answer to everything. Because your planetary system, there's a bunch of people, spiritual on it, who are determined to work the spiritual anatomy side and evolve that way because they know that that intuitively is within the Creator's plan. Not saying there's anything wrong with tech or AI, but it's a machine built by humans. And there you go. Okay, so here we go with this third and final activation, and we won't come back. We say peace to you all, expect benevolence in all you do, and we will sign off as silently as an adieu. All right, here we go.